Hello everyone, I'm Pulkit Agarwal, the History faculty at the Saviour Academy. As you all know, we are doing a module on world history, and now today we are going to start a new topic known as the First World War. In this particular topic, we will be talking more about what is the significance and what exactly is the current consequence of how the war has shaped up in the last 100 years, because the World War I ended in 1918 and the Treaty of Versailles was signed in 1919. So this year we will be commemorating the 100th year of World War I. So considering the pattern of the mains examination of UPSC, or for matter any other academic examination also, the things are more based upon the current ideas. So World War I will be like much more in vogue. World War I will be much more an interesting topic because it has recently completed 100 years. So that is why we will focus much more upon this aspect of World War I. But saying that, we will be also focusing on what were the factors which led to the starting of World War I and what was the scenario in between. We will not be focusing much upon the events because they are not that important, but still I will be telling you certain events so that you are able to connect how exactly this happened, how exactly this happened, right? So this is how exactly I plan to do this particular topic with you people. And in the conclusion, we will be talking about the impact it had, immediate impact, and the long-term impact it had on the world order, and what were the changes it led to, right? So this is how exactly we plan to do this First World War. In this particular topic, I will be also telling you about the various movies which you people can go and search on Netflix to watch for, right? Because as we all know, seeing a visual gives us much more better idea than just reading about something. So movies in Netflix will make you understand the nuances of the World War I even much better way. So this is how exactly we should do this particular topic. First of all, World War I started in 1914 and ended in 1918 with the defeat of Germany, right? And it came to a proper end with the signing of the Treaty of Versailles, which was levied upon Germany by the three superpowers at that particular point of time: France, Britain, and USA. So all these powers then levied a Treaty of Versailles on Germany. Also we need to understand and focus upon one more question, that the seeds of the World War II, which we are going to do in the later stages, that the seeds of World War II will be actually sowed during the time of the World War I itself. And this Treaty of Versailles, about which we are talking about right now, will become the major bone of contention through which we will see the rise of Hitler, that is the Nazism in Germany, right? So this is how exactly First World War leads to the Second World War. And again, this brings me to my favorite idea, that in history everything is connected. It's not something arranged in a very watertight compartment. Everything flows into another thing. So this is how exactly we need to read history about. Correct? Okay. The second most important thing is that why exactly do we call it a world war? Very obvious reason. We call it a world war because it was not fought on a single continent, but it was fought on multiple continents in multiple theaters. There were multiple battlefields in which the war was actually fought. And in this particular war, most of the countries, whether they were independent or as the colonies, they participated in this particular war. So this exactly, the scale of this war makes it and gives it the title of World War, right? So this is how exactly things need to be set in a particular context. And if we talk about the casualties during this particular war, there were approximately 9 million soldiers who died, along with approximately 12 million civilians. So you can actually see and gauge the amount of life and property and infrastructure, etc., which were being damaged, destroyed, or lost during this particular event in the history. And also, what we need to understand is war does not start just like that. It has certain immediate causes and it has certain long-term causes. Immediate causes we will be doing it, but the long-term, most important long-term cause was, and which also provided for the, it can be categorized as long-term and intermediate cause also. That was the unification of Germany under Bismarck. So unification of Germany actually changed the whole balance of power of the European continent, as instead of France, Germany became the most powerful nation. And the Chancellor of France, Bismarck, he actually said that I think the world will enter into a phase of indiscriminate fighting in the next 40 to 50 years, which actually happened because Germany got united in 1870 and the world was started approximately 44 years after that. So Bismarck, being a very, very intelligent person, predicted this. But we need to understand that Bismarck not only predicted the happening of war, but he also tried to prevent this particular war by forging certain alliances, about which we will be talking about under heading known as the foreign policies under Bismarck. But what happened is, once Bismarck retired from the active politics, in his place came Kaiser Wilhelm II, the king of Germany, of Prussia. So what happened is, when he came to the throne, he just said, okay, Bismarck was old, I am new. He just threw the consciousness, threw the whole idea set up by Bismarck to avoid war in the air. And he said, I am going to pursue a very, very aggressive policy. So his aggressiveness and his competition to be the best in comparison to Britain actually led to the war, because now he was making people very, very kind of insecure. So they had to come together and fight with the rising power of Germany, right? So this is how exactly the things will come to fore in 1914.